And hello to all my Capricorn friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for February 2023. Now today they've dialed up for my great Capricorns a 4-corner spread, and this is a great spread for general readings because it looks at the 4 main areas that people usually ask about in tarot, which is your love corner, the most popular of course. We got the health corner, the work corner, and the financial corner. We're going to take a little sneak peek into each of those to see what is going on in February for my great Capricorns. I'm going to conclude your reading with a very specific one here too. It's a very intriguing one. It's called Telling Time. This is where Spirit is giving you a window of opportunity sometime in the year. Usually it's in the future, but I've seen it go in the past sometimes too. So they're wanting to let you know about something now so that you can be ready for it when it comes later. So there's a huge opportunity, and that's what Telling Time is all about, and they're going to kind of unveil that for us here today for you. I'm also going to conclude your reading with the runestone. That'll tie a nice little bow around this project that we call February, and we're going to get started right now, guys. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. We can get right to it. So what I'm going to do right now is bring you in so you can watch. I'd like to share my table with you so you can see what's going on. And there we go. We are live and recording. What I'm doing now, Capricorn, these are my ritual cuts, basically cutting each deck into thirds, put them back together in a separate order. It satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot. Same procedure for personal private reading, so it's just like you're here with me now. In the 4 corners is, it's a spread that I do first in all of my private readings because it just kind of gives us a little Polaroid, a little snapshot of what's going on right here, right now. And in this case, it's February. So this first corner is work. Double aces on the work. Lots of newness. Over here is love. Love is a big theme with Lady Justice leading the way. We got down here, this is financial, your financial corner with the moon, which is a major arcana card. I'm going to pull more with it. Very quickly, my table is getting full of cards. Probably off the screen a little bit here. I will move it around so you guys can see everything clearly in just a moment. Down here is health. Also a big deal. So, the 4 corners is one of my easier spread setups that I do for general readings, but you guys have gone pretty heavy here. The only easy corner is work. All right, so first of all, let's check the inverts, see if we have enough to matter for the whole set. We do not. So we're going to go individual by story if any of those are pertinent. The first thing that I'm going to need, though, is Oracle Angel cards for every major corner, which happens to be almost all of them. Let's get one here, get one here, and get one here. Now my inverts, that one's going to even that out, so that'll stay the same. Over here, that's still okay, so I can go here. I don't read my Oracle Angel cards inverted or not, but I do use them as inverts to help break ties and to figure out if I need to do a discard to see if everything needs to be uprighted. And in this case, none of that happened, so I don't get to really show you that. But the last thing I do need to check, I did see a couple people cards popping at me, and it's going to be, I think, just this one here with the king. I need to see if that's a person or the energetic definition. They want me to use the energy, so that's basically just a discard. So we're ready to go, guys. It's just a matter of showing you everything on the screen. So I'm going to snatch this off of here, show you up close. Work with our double aces. Now let's go down here to finance. That's your financial corner. Up here is going to be the love corner right there. Love, love, love. And then health right here. I'm going to probably talk about it in a different order, but just showing you each of the 4 in this way, and that's health. So let's get to work, Cappies. Got to do your telling time too. 4 corners is usually simpler, but telling time is intricate. And, well, I don't know actually the best place to start here. I'm actually going to start with, health. Health is such a fertile ground. We have the Empress card. This is the divine feminine. The first thing that comes in for health is, just great birth opportunities here. So whether this is like actual conception birth, whether this is birth of a child like being born in February, for most of my audience, though, this is going to be just a fertile ground. Okay, very good feminine energy here, and good places to do such things for health that you're trying to improve upon. They do have the Sun card on an invert. It is the best card in my tarot deck. It's on a block, though, so it would be the best card, but there's something in the way. There's something in the way in your health corner that is just stopping you from being 100% the sunlight, that radiant golden energy. So what is that that's in the way? That's what you got to work on. That's what you got to figure out and basically get removed so that you can have this perfect sun, basically just doing this. That's all Spirit wants. So turn that around. We get that sun shining through in your health corner very brightly. They do show two people here working together in health. This could be romantic. It is my Cups card, so I have to start with romance or family. Anybody close to your heart usually here, that you're working on health things together. And this could be something as simple as walking together, working out together. For some people, dieting together. Other people, this could be actually like you actually helping them get on track, where maybe you are on track and they're off, and you're just like, hey, you know what? Let's get this handled. I'll do it with you. I'll help you. I know about dieting. I know somebody who's a dietitian. All this kind of stuff, and it could be the other way around too. Other people could be reaching out to you if you're the one that needs help. So there's two people, two entities working together here for health. Okay, they do show relationship harmony too, which makes me feel a little bit more like this is love related and less about like friendship or something like that. This is two, in a lot of ways, coupled up people that are doing things together here, whether you're married, whether you're in a relationship or very close. But a lot of what the messaging is very romantic. It doesn't mean it's that way for everybody. In a general reading, it's not the case ever. And nothing's ever 100% accurate, especially in a general. In general, we have a lot of bubble energy that's tuning in. If you're looking for personal private messages only for you, I do offer a wide variety of services on my website, scottsagent.com. So with relationship harmony, they say that the angels are opening their hearts to everybody involved and that arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So I don't think that they're talking about conflicts in the relationship here. I think they're talking about health things, health issues are being resolved in the month of February. So good time, guys. The ground is ripe. Let's get that sun card flipped around and you guys are good to go. Let's move. You know what? I'm going to do love right now. I was going to tease love and save it for later, but there is some funk to the love corner, so we're just going to hit it now. I'm not going to tease it like it's some great thing and then let you down. We have much better energy in the work corner, so we're going to actually end there. Let's get into this love corner. So the first thing we have is an injustice going on, Lady Justice coming in blocked or on an invert. This can be something legal that's going on with the family, maybe a divorce. That would be, this is something that you put your signature on, a contract, an agreement, and it's coming up in the love corner, so it's usually family related. It could be inheritance related for some people. It could be a big purchase for the family, maybe buying a home, buying a car. But on an invert like this, where it's showing it's kind of like blocked, it's usually not the greatest idea here. So for some people, this could even be like getting married. Well, maybe now is not really the time to be doing that. Maybe there's other priorities right now. Maybe there's other things that need to be worked out, or maybe it's just not going to work. Who's to say? But February is not it. That's what I can definitely tell you here as we start with the legal aspect of love, okay? If you don't have any legal aspect of love, this can be about karma too. This could be about you dealing with karma that is not yours directly, but it's from somebody close to you, so you got to deal with it anyway. The example I always give when this comes up, it's like when a friend of mine, his girlfriend's dad died, and he never met the guy. He didn't know him specifically, but his girlfriend was a hot mess because of it, of course, and he had to deal with consoling her and helping her get through this hard time. And so basically that's an example of dealing with karma that's not yours, but you still got to deal with it. So that couldn't be coming up for a lot of people too in different regards. At least you get the energy of what they're describing. We have, it's my Five of Pentacles card. So this is a card about bankruptcy, being a little abandoned here. Of course, I don't think they're talking about money in the love corner much here. There could be for some of you, maybe some of you had to fork out a lot of money for something love related or for the family or something like that. But for most everybody else, they're talking about some kind of doing something alone here, being a little bit isolated. Abandoned is a strong word. It sounds negative, and maybe for some people this will be, where you're, being by yourself does feel like a bad thing. Well, it's really not. Being by yourself, even if it's just for a short time, you can really learn a lot about yourself. You can really work on yourself very deeply. A lot of inner game stuff when you're by yourself. So I would kind of advise you not look at this like a bad thing. Looking at it like an opportunity to grow and to further yourself. Because what they show next is that the way that you view this is that there's really not a lot of choices here. You're like, yeah, but I got to do this because this. It's like Spirit normally would be saying here in this card that there's 7 options, 7 different paths that you can go down and choose from, and you feel like there's one. Okay, and that may be the case. Spirit's not saying whether you're right or wrong, they're just saying how you feel. And you feel like this is it for you, this is either the person for you, or this is the path that you're going to take, and that's what you are moving down with your heart attachment. Now, what they do tell you to, though, is take back your power. So they want to make sure that you are empowered in the situation, using your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. That's what the card says. Basically, I just look at that as like taking back your power as far as not giving it away. It implies that a lot of you have done such things, maybe in the past, maybe in the recent past, maybe a long time ago, and for some reason it's still relevant today in the love corner. Maybe past relationships, got you down, got you feeling certain ways that maybe, you shouldn't carry that funk with you as you move forward because it's just not going to help anything out. So taking back your power in the love corner, that's a very good thing. I view that as an empowering thing. You just got to do it. You got to do the work. So let's get into work and finance, guys. Before I do that, I am going to cut away to tell you about the brand new gemstone in the store. And we also have some huge moon cycles. And I got the moon card itself coming up for finances. But first, here are your huge moon cycles for February. Okay, guys, cutting in. Here we go with some moon cycle forecast time. We have a huge lunar event going on in February. This is the third, the trifecta. It started in December, January, and now here we are in February. We get the third huge super new moon. But let's talk about that full moon first, because that comes in first. It is a micro full moon, which means it's very small in the sky, but you can still use this energy to get anything out of your life that you don't want there anymore, whether it's a person, whether it's something to do with work or a project you just got to wrap up and get out, anything you need to sell or repurpose or even donate. All that stuff much better placed early in February under that full moon. Adversely, we have that huge new super new moon, that brand new moon coming in on February the 20th, and this is the greatest opportunity for a while, guys, until August, to bringing in new things into your life. And it doesn't matter what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to attract. The universe does not care. This could be new love you're trying to bring in. You're trying to do something brand new with health. Let's say you're trying to do something new with work, get a new job, get a new promotion, or anything in between. Like I said, the universe does not care. Using that manifestation power, though, it's going to be very, very strong. Middle of the month, moving toward late into February. February 20 is the key date there, but any time really bracketing around that is key for that. It's any kind of manifestation stuff, guys. You can really attract powerfully right now, and it's the best time to do it because, like I said, we don't get any big lunar activity until August, so this is kind of the last chance for the last dance. Here we go. So moon cycles are a big deal, and if any of this has confused you, or maybe you prefer just a little graphic aid, a little illustration, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet, and it is always on my website, and it is always free. I have moved what page it's on, though. I'm now doing a page about stuff that I'm talking about page. So things that we're talking about, that's where you can find it, parked at the very top. That is your moon cycle forecast cheat sheet. Got to tell you about new things coming into the shop, too. Make sure you're signed up for the newsletter, because my newsletter people get a couple free things every single year just by being signed up for it. I do giveaways on Facebook, and we want to follow both of those for sure. But let's talk about that new product in the shop. Every month, I unveil a brand new product into the Scott Sagent shop on the website, and this is the month that we are doing another gemstone, and it's going to be tree agate. And this is a wonderful gemstone for February because it brings and attracts love into all of the chakras. It's not just one or two of them. It can bring it into all of them at the same time. Very calm stone too. It works very slowly, but its lasting effects are long. It's basically doing the turtle energy. Slow and steady wins the race, and therefore it is not a strong vibration stone. It is very easy to work with, very calm, very mellow. Even if you've never had a gemstone before or don't work with gemstones, tree agate is a wonderful one for you. And I just love the green and the white. To the fact where I'm showing you pictures here on the screen, I really am giving you two different lighting options here just so you can see it under different lighting, because it is very beautiful. I love how the green and the white swirls together. It reminds me when I'm in an airplane looking down on Mother Earth, the green and the trees, fade into just colors eventually, and the green and the white together. Actually, the more green the gemstone is, the more strong it is, and the more white the tree agate is, kind of the more mellow energy it is. So those are both available on the website. Well, I say both because it's available in small and in large. So we got two different sizes of tree agates available now. We got giveaways going on at the same time. We're still giving away the charm gemstone, and that is a random one, but that I'm flashing a picture of that on the screen too. That comes with every purchase of tree agate or even the tiger's eye from last month. Any gemstone purchase comes with that, and also a little nylon case. You get to choose the color of that. So great stuff on the website. Every single month, new things, guys. So let's get back to your reading right now. Okay, Capricorn, I am back with some financial corner for you. We start with the Moon card, which is kind of a weird card. It's not the best energy to have. It's that funky, weird, mysterious energy, and it's kind of looming over your financial corner here. So it could just be a weird phase, weird things. You having to spend money in weird places that you didn't really expect or weren't expecting to, or, that's kind of a weird thing weird bill. I wasn't expecting that, but here it is. And there it goes, with the money, something like that. So that's the kind of the weird kind of not seeing things clearly. And they reiterate that with the Two of Swords, which comes next, which is seeing like basically nothing. You're driving a little blind here, blindfolded, and even perhaps between two different ways. They are letting me know that some of my Capricorns are kind of between this and between this financially. A financial decision. Should I spend on this or should I not? Or should I buy this vehicle A, or should I buy vehicle B? It's really a choice between two things. So if you've been thinking of a financial choice between more than two things, I would say that the advice here from Spirit is to get it down to two. Get it down to your top two, and then you can really kind of weigh out the pros and the cons, because they are saying, basically a lot of you're not stressing yourself out about it, but you're not really getting a resolution with it either. So whatever they're talking about financially here, we really need this moon energy to clear up first. We need kind of that sunlight to shine through and to clear this up, so you're seeing things more clearly, you can make better decisions and so forth. Because they also show big money. Big money is coming in the financial corner, which is like, you can't really get much better than that. It's like big money, and it's showing up in the right spot. So good fortuitous times here in February can be had, and that may be, if you are coming into big money in February, big money is different to different people. For some people, big money is a $100 bill. For other people, it's, 5 figures, 6 figures. Big money is what they refer to here in my card. I don't know what that means to you specifically. Context is key, of course, but they're talking about big money, and maybe this big money should not be used right away. Maybe because the moon energy is weird, maybe we need to just get things to a better sight where you're seeing things clearly. And just like we also said about, get it down to two things. Once you get it down between two things, you don't want to be deciding between 3, 4, 5, 6. It's too much. Get it down to two, weigh out your pros and cons. They bring up brilliant idea too. So there's something that you've thought about doing with your money. The Spirit is here saying, you know what, we really like this. And why do we really like this? Well, it's because it's divinely guided, because they planted the seed. They're the ones that gave you the idea. It may feel like it was you, but we know better, a lot of us. The seed was planted from Spirit, okay? The divination, the blink, the light bulb effect going off on your head. Really good idea for finances here, guys, and they like it. They're saying take action to bring this idea into fruition. Now, the key is going to be when. W-H-E-N. I tried to be slick and I just backfired. When to time this idea is going to be huge, guys. It's going to be huge. So, timing. Is it February? Is it not? What are you going to do with this new money? You going to do something with it right away? Well, if you're not sure, do nothing. That's what I always say. If you're not sure, don't act. Just wait. So there we go. There is some finance corner. Let's get into some work corner, guys. Then we're going to do your telling time. Work corner, we have double aces, new and new. The first ace is on a block, which is basically saying new ideas are needed in the work corner, and you are capable of such things. They're basically Spirit saying, we don't have to do all the work, you can do this too. You can start thinking of new ways to improve your work corner, and the work corner is a big place too. It's work, it's business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, learning new things, hobbies, interests, entrepreneurship, for most people the JOB, but you can see a lot of different things there. So they want you to start thinking of new ideas, what you can do there to improve something there. We also have brand new love coming in, so they want you to really love what you do, perhaps for work, or they're actually kind of in this deck that they wanted to use for you. We have a bird coming out of an ear, so it makes me feel like hearing about something. Like the little bird told you about this job that would be good for you, or maybe you overhear a conversation about somebody talking, and you think, what, I could really do that as a side hustle. I could really make some side money doing that, part-time job, something like that. So we have new on top of new, something that you love, new ways of thinking, really good things coming up in the work corner. In possibility in the month of February. I'm going to reshuffle to do your telling time, because we used first of all 2 of my aces, which are my targets, so I need those back in the deck. But before I do that, it is runestone time, and we're going to grab a runestone. They're already shuffled up, but one more swirl, And here we go with Capricorn Runestone for February. Gonna do this one right here, if I'm holding it right. This is the Runestone for Constraint. Constraint. And we just kind of talked about that with my misspelling of the word when. W-H-E-N. I almost did it twice. Constraint. Getting the timing right. Well, you know what? You just gotta, maybe you want to do it right away, but maybe you need to show a little constraint about when you're going to pull the trigger with this, okay? Especially if they're talking about the finances there. But constraint, when I get the runestone for it, it makes me feel like I need to kind of apply it to everywhere, to the whole audience, you know, even the parts that maybe you didn't think at first were about you or something like that. So constraint up there in the love corner is, of course, like I kind of told you, it may be more business as usual. Nothing, no crazy changes there. Taking back your power. Show a little constraint, you know, hold it back a little bit. Don't go charging in after nothing there. Constraint over here in the health corner is, you know, getting the sun straightened out. We need to get the sunlight shining, so you need to kind of pull back and figure out what this is. And until you kind of identify it, how are you going to fix a problem if you don't know there is one, you know? So constraint, you can see it kind of through a bunch of the different corners. Now let's get into your telling time. I'm going to reshuffle, like I said, so I'll cut away briefly, and I'll be right back. Okay, Capricorn, I am back with telling time. And of course, telling time, as a reminder, is the window of opportunity, usually later in the year. Something important that they do not want you to miss. Now, this is going to go through different layers or different phases of this. I'm going to kind of talk as I go through it because we're already short on time. It's been a long reading. Now, if we get a date in this first set, this means that it's extremely important, that this is just something you cannot miss. This is extremely urgent and just cannot be missed. And we already have our date. So we're going to kind of, actually, we got two different dates. Are already, actually three, holy moly. Okay, so they're giving you guys options here, and I need to tack on time to each of those. So this one's going to get 3, this one's going to get 3, this one's going to get 3, and then I need to figure out what this one's about, what this one's about, and what this one's about. Angel cards too, because more information, why not, right? Let's go here. Yeah, there. Make sure I don't get myself mixed up. I don't want to tell you incorrect information. That's not good for nobody. Yes, right there. Okay, guys, I just need to do some math. I'm going to cut away real quick, and I'll be back with your dates. Okay, Capricorn, back with the dates. And man, you guys have worked me hard on this one. I was just thinking about, you know, have I ever had 3 dates on the first draw of a telling time? And the answer is no, I have not. You know, just to kind of reinforce how rare that is. We're pulling aces. We're looking for aces. There's only 4 in the entire deck. The deck is composed of 78 cards, and we got 3 aces on the draw of 12 cards. So the numbers, the data, the statistics of the likelihood of that happening is almost impossible. It's very rare to even get one ace, one date on that first draw. And that's why it's designed that way, so that when it comes, it's very relevant. And you guys have 3 relevant dates. So let's get to it, guys. The very first one happens on July 4th. Easy to remember. I think that's just the target. I usually wrap a bridge around like a week of this. So let's just call it early July. Now, what this early July date target is, they're basically saying this is where the universe is going to test you in a very large way, okay? It's going to cause you some worry, some stressors, some anxiety, and the reason they're letting you know this is so you pass the test. It's so that you Capricorns know that when July, maybe late June, early July comes, you know, there's going to be something that comes back maybe from your past, something that, you know, you have learned the lesson to this, or at least, you know, something you have a hard time learning your lessons with here is going to present itself to you again. So why is Spirit letting you know this right now? Because they want you to prepare. They want you to do the inner work, do what you got to do so that you are strong when this happens and you can handle it. And they also bring in angel therapy here. So they're letting you know that you're not alone. You can actually give your worries and your concerns to the angels. They're going to do their part. You just have to do yours in passing the test and showing that you have learned the lesson. So that happens in July, very important. Now, our other 2 dates are both in December. Interestingly enough, they're both early December, so they're letting us know here that you have pretty much through the end of the year to work on these 2 things, or at least they're kind of providing a window of opportunity for certain things. The first one is bad credit. So if there's something that you're doing financially, working on lowering your debt, getting rid of certain bills, give yourself the whole year to do it. Don't try to do it too fast. Don't do it too slow. End of the year, Spirit is saying, is a perfect time to deal with some kind of bad credit. And I don't think it could be a bad credit coming up in December, because they wouldn't tell you about this far in advance, 10, 11 months ahead of time. You're going to forget by then. But bringing up bad credit in December right now could be you working on eliminating such things. And they're giving you a timeline, basically. So it's the perfect timing to launch and to get this done so that you can do something else behind it much better. Maybe it's just rebuilding your credit. Maybe it's using your credit for different reasons, for different purposes. The other December date we have is a love type of deal. So we got kind of three very different situations with different dates here. This is December 12th. So this is also through the end of the year, more or less, middle of December, let's just call it that. This is the perfect time for love action to happen. Now, what is love action? It kind of depends on where you're at. Let's say for some people, this could be moving in with somebody else. This could be getting engaged to somebody else, marrying somebody else, basically Spirit saying, give it a year. Give it this 2023. You don't have to, doing it earlier, not a good idea. Doing it later, maybe too late. Perfect time is right in the middle of December, guys, for love action. Maybe this is just, you getting in a relationship if you're single, or, basically saying use this year to explore yourself, learn about the things that you will put up with, won't put up with, your boundaries and so forth. So love action is what they talk about. This can also be family related stuff, guys, making steps with the family, maybe a certain vacation for some people, maybe a big decision like, hey, let's go buy a house for the family at the end of the year, something like that. So we have love action as the actual terminology, and they basically are showing here that these are gifts from God that are happening here. So basically have a little faith that this is going to work out good on this timeline. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Telling time is a very interesting spread. Thank you so much for sticking with. We've been through it all. Please remember to like and subscribe so you see the future readings. I do these every single month, and have a great February.